3:30 ABC. It is your Auburn Tigers.
Thank you.
I don't know why I gave them to you.
Yeah.
Versus my Oklahoma Sooners. Oklahoma favored by 6.5 points. Dan, of all three of the games that we're going to talk about here, and maybe of all the games that we're going to talk about this weekend, I think it's likely that this is the one that gets the headlines.
Sure.
This is the one that gets the headlines because these are two teams that, look, we've made no secret about. They've made no secret about all of the movement this offseason, brought in a bunch of transfers. Both coaches understood that they were under the gun to some extent. And this is interesting because it's a Jackson Arnold revenge game, is it not?
It is.
What are we expecting here from Jackson Arnold against his former team?
I think we know who he is as a quarterback, which, I mean, they've been playing a little bit of pickleball-ish offense this year. Their successes have come on the ground, though he improved a little bit recently. Their receivers are great. I don't trust this offensive line a ton. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but they haven't been incredible. The defense has been up and down. Baylor was able to move the ball pretty consistently, but that's game one. You have to extend grace for game one and the ability to improve after that. Baylor, a very real offensive opponent. I'm also trying to figure out to what extent I feel like the Oklahoma win over Michigan is overblown.
I was going to ask you about that. Please elaborate.
Are we fully confident in Oklahoma's offense against Michigan as a bellwether moment for the Sooners this early on in the season? Because we like John Mateer. A lot of that was on the ground. A lot of the second half folk hero-ness of it all was on the ground or in the shorter passing game. And how many different ways does Oklahoma have to win, not just this game, but a lot of games this year? And so I think John Mateer is a good enough quarterback to be a complete quarterback, but is Oklahoma's offense built to win in a number of ways? I like Oklahoma here. What did I write down on my digital legal pad? 28-17. I think playing in Norman, I think the ability that I think quality defense will have to limit Auburn offensively. I don't trust Jackson Arnold in this spot. I trust a lot of the skill talent for Auburn, but there is something about Auburn on the road here that I can't fully get past. So I'm going Oklahoma as the more fully formed winning DNA type team. Difficult place to play, defense, a quarterback who can make plays at the very least. I just think they have more advantages here and more ways to win in this one, that if they're able to stop the run and force Jackson Arnold to drive the field a bunch, I just playing the numbers here. I think I like Oklahoma a little bit more. So I have them by barely double digits.
Hey, real quick, it'd be great if you could consider subscribing to the YouTube channel down below. It really helps us out.
Yeah, by the way, is it not going to be the default article written in advance of this game about how Jackson Arnold has a little bit of extra motivation to go back to Norman and get the dub, right? Is that not going to be written a million times? Is that not going to be broadcast a million times?
Of course.
In advance of this game? Am I crazy for thinking that this isn't actually a good thing for Jackson Arnold?
It's a lot of pressure.
Like, if anyone knows what they're up against with Jackson Arnold, is it not Oklahoma and Brent Venables?
Right.
When we last saw Jackson in the Crimson and Cream, didn't we fully think he was broken?
Yeah.
I fully expect that Oklahoma...
He didn't even play in this game last year.
No, I fully expect that Oklahoma is going to go into this one with a focus on stopping the run and forcing him to pass.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, the Auburn ground game has not been all Jackson Arnold. Jeremiah Cobb has been very good. He's been averaging over 6 yards a carry.
Totally.
But I think if Auburn's going to win, they're going to need to get a big game out of Jackson Arnold and his legs. And I'm not feeling that either.
Yeah.
On the flip side, what we've seen very early so far this year is teams struggling to deal with John Mateer. So they've been trying to deal with him by playing a lot of zone. 88% of the time they play zone against John Mateer.
Right.
And it's not really working. Oklahoma's been very good when they're going up against zone. They've been even better when teams try to play man. But teams are playing a lot of zone and trying to account for him as a runner. And what's interesting about the way that they're playing offense is that he's actually not scrambling. most of what we've seen out of John Mateer on the ground has been designed runs.
Right.
So what's that mean? It means he's not really catching them by surprise with scrambles. It's just teams see it coming and they can't stop him because he's that good, or because the line is that good, or because there are more distractions because the offense is better. I don't know.
That's Illinois State and Temple sandwiching that Michigan game.
Sure,
it's not a great
absolutely.
data set. Yeah.
It's not a great data set. No one's got a great
Correct.
data set at this
Except for
point.
Notre Dame.
Except for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But this is what it profiles as, at least on the spreadsheets. And if you watch the games, I mean, I think there's a lot to back that up as well. I've got Oklahoma 31-20.
Yeah. So both by 11, if my math is correct.
Both by 11.
Yeah.
I think John Mateer is the architect of a couple big plays that break the game open. I think the Sooners can absolutely face Jackson Arnold and force him to make one or two bad decisions in this game. And ultimately, that's what ends up swinging this one in favor of Oklahoma. So I'm on the Sooners here, 31-20. I really like Oklahoma so far this year. I like them a lot more than I expected in the preseason. I think they get the dub here.
We agree.